What's going on, everybody? Tom Quiet here, live and amplified. I hope y'all are having an absolutely amazing day. We are continuing the streak, and today with our music video critique, we have the amazing First Time Flyers straight out of the UK with their new music video for their song Out of Your Mind. Now, this song has been on my Spotify playlist for quite some time already, and when I saw they released a music video for it, I was like, absolutely 100%. Let's do this. I'm so excited. I really enjoyed their first music video, or the last music video they released. We did a reaction on it, and I'm just a huge fan of theirs. And yeah, so let's jump into it and see what they got here. Nice little casual intro. Gotta love it. Okay. Okay, pause really quick though. And this is something so stupid that only I'm probably noticing. I feel like this was a tough shot to make interesting, so they just kind of kept it on a gimbal. But the issue for me, and I've said this in several videos before, is it's just on a gimbal to be on a gimbal. Like, you can kind of tell in his movements, or the whoever the camera person is, their movements, they're just kind of bouncing back and forth, and there's no real movement. I feel like when you're on a gimbal, you need to have one fluid motion, or if you're going to kind of just stand still, put it on a tripod. Don't use a gimbal. Don't use a gimbal for the sake of using a gimbal. If all you're going to do is kind of go 3-4 inches, and just keep going back and forth, just throw it on a tripod, because you're going to get people sick. You're going to get people dizzy, and it's a little bit more jarring than it is anything else. But just my opinion. We haven't even really gotten into the music video yet, and I'm already ripping this one a new one. I apologize. See, like right here, had this kind of been the early movement where people were leaving, now the gimbal is starting to make sense, right? And I think had they just kind of shortened the intro to get to this, it would have made sense. And it wouldn't have been as jarring. You get what I'm saying? I love it. Okay. See, you don't need to overdo a music video. Like, this is a super simple setup, I caught a couple of jump cuts in there, which that's a little off-putting because it wasn't that big of a camera movement to warrant a cut. So unless you're going to do like some ginormous camera movement to go from like here to here on a close-up or something, I just keep it a oneer. Just keep it like one giant shot. And then depending on how this music video unfolds, then you can kind of start doing your cuts and whatnot. But let's see how the rest of this video unfolds. I've seen bits and pieces of it, so we'll see. Let's see where it goes though. Okay, see, now they're doing like bigger motions, but I feel like some of these are being a little jump cutty, and it feels a little weird. See, that works. Okay. That was a cool series of cuts there. They needed to go, okay. let's pause. See, what I'm liking about this is they're they're probably all shot at the same set, but they're doing enough to make it look different. Like, you had the first two that were on like the white backer or the white drop cloth or whatever you want to call it. And you had like them in lighter colors and then them in darker colors. Now it looks like they're introducing a third iteration of that set where everybody's going to kind of get their own like solo, whether it's for a solo, whether it's for an instrumental breakdown, whatever it is. And it's a little bit lit, a little bit darker. Everybody's in dark clothes. So I'm kind of liking this setup. Early thoughts, because we're a little over halfway through this video. Kind of want to see like a different variation of a shot, but that's just like an early inkling. Like, I don't know. It's starting to feel a little live performance-y, in my opinion. But then again, if you're going to do jump cuts, just do it. Like, commit to it. I like how they're matching the camera movements with the cuts, though. That's really cool. That's something that a lot of people just kind of overlook a lot of times. And they're kind of cutting on the beat. They're missing it a little bit, but it's really not even that noticeable. Nice. Okay, so they're going back out to the seat there. That's really cool.
He's playing games, Pops. You gotta stop making excuses for it. Yeah, this, very this.
Okay, so I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused by the ending, but maybe I missed something. I might have 100% missed something. Yeah, I'm going to just say that I might have missed something on that one. But what I do really enjoy, though, is you don't have to overdo music videos. And that's really, like, I feel like they just took a simple concept here of, all right, let's jump in front of a solid color backer, a solid color screen, solid color wall, and just let it rip. Like, that's all they had to do. And I mean, they're shot really well. I feel like there's a couple of points where it didn't necessarily need to be on a gimbal. Especially at the beginning there, I felt like they could have either shortened that part and then at least being on the gimbal would make sense. But once you got into like the actual music video, I think everything was fine. Like, as far as camera movements and whatnot, there was point there. It wasn't just like aimless wandering around the set and what have you. I feel like you cut when you needed to cut and it flowed with the camera movement. Since we're kind of here, let me just let this play out. But like, everything was smooth, slow. It wasn't like fast, rapid movement. And you focused in on who needed to be focused in on. There was a couple of jump cuts that looked a little jarring, and I think they could have introduced the set changes or the wardrobe changes a little bit quicker, and it would have fixed some of these jump cut issues. And I think it made it a little bit more visually appealing, at least early on. Because once you get about a third of the way through, or maybe even halfway through. Once you got about a third of the way through, they started introducing it. Honestly, I would have just introduced it off the rip, and it made the whole music video a little bit more visually appealing. Or, something like that. But that's just my thought, my opinion, for whatever it's worth. At the end of the day, though, really well shot. really good music video. You know, music videos are so freaking hard to shoot, especially on the independent level. If you don't have a budget, or if you do, kind of optimizing the budget to make the video look good and make sense and all that stuff. And the one thing about the first time flyers here is they know how to take their music videos, give it a really cool, unique concept, make it make sense. And yeah, I'm really excited to see what happens for them in 2025, 2026, 2027, and all the years moving forward. You know, it's really cool to kind of see them from the beginning and now kind of see where they're going. It's really cool. But yeah, that kind of being said, that's really all I got for you here. You know, I'm giving this video probably an 8.5. Like, it's a really good video. There's some technical issues that I didn't necessarily agree with, but you know, my video, I'll give the rankings as I see fit. But at the end of the day, thank y'all so very much, and I will catch y'all later.